Hey, Braden, just your perspective on the performance of the group in front of you compared to previous games you played this year.
Yeah, I think we've got back to generating a lot of offense from the D zone, come back, breaking out pucks quick, generating that speed. I think it was a 3-game set that we needed in order to kind of reset. But at the same time, it's over. Obviously, things went well for us in this 3-game set, but this year, one of the most important things is not getting too high or low, and we got to make sure we're not too high on this 3-game set because we got a real tough road trip ahead of us, and in order for us to have success, we have to have the right working mentality to go earn it.
Speaking of offense from the D zone, how much do you pride yourself on being able to move the puck like you did on the one goal there?
Yeah, I mean, it's something that I've always, tried to do. Try and help out, your team in any way. Most of the time it's just little plays to the D men to avoid, them having too much contact and easier breakouts. But, when a play opens up like that, you take it. But, you're not looking for it all the time.
Next up is Ian McIntyre.
Hi, Braden. Thatcher told us after Monday's game that he basically had told himself enough is enough, and he felt like he just had to play better than he had. Did you feel kind of the same thing, that you needed to raise your game beyond what you'd started with?
Yeah, I think both of us felt the same way, and the fact that it wasn't like tear everything down and start over. I think we all wanted to be better, top to bottom. But as a goaltender, you pride yourself on trying to be the difference maker when it's needed, being a leader that way. And myself in that last Montreal game, that was one of those things that you look at the goals, maybe you're nitpicking, but it's you got to find a way to do it in order to lead your team and when things aren't going well. And I think both of us, obviously Thatch with the last 2 games, how unbelievable he played. I think we both want to know that this season it's going to take both of us to be consistent and try and be the difference makers. And this 3-game set is a good step in the right direction. And I think himself and myself, we just want to get back to work and make sure we focus on this road trip now.
You're accustomed to being, of course, a clear starter. He's accustomed to this point in his career of being a backup. And yet it seems like the crease is open to whoever's hot right now. Do you think that you guys can bring the best out of each other? And is that partly maybe what happened this week?
Yeah, I think, once you start worrying about if you're going to play or not, you add a whole other, bag of things on your back. So it's, I think myself, my mindset, and I'm pretty sure that's the same way, is, if we're called upon to play, our job is to give our team a chance to win. That's the bottom line. Whoever Greener decides to play whenever, both of us need to provide wins. And if we're going to get to where we want to go. So that's the mindset. I think both of us want to play, obviously. But at the same time, I think both of us want to win more. So that's our mindset.
Next up is Patrick Johnson.
Braden, are you a goaltender that likes to see a lot of shots?
Yeah, it's, it's different. I think any goalie would say they want to see more shots, the better. Obviously, the quality is different. I think that's one thing that will be interesting this year. I think the west to the east, the style of game is a little different in terms of shot quantities, and our division is a mixture of both. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out in the end. The east is usually more of a kind of lateral run and gun, and the west has some grit and that to it, and both are different ways to play. There's no one is better than the other. It's just the way the game is developed, and I think it's exciting to have a bit of a mixture for a full season to challenge yourself back and forth of different styles.
On that note, how much of an adjustment is it to getting used to the fact that you're seeing some shooters from the West that you haven't seen a lot?
Yeah, it's fun. I think that was one of the things I was really excited about this year is seeing some different teams. It's you get a little sick of seeing Pittsburgh every week, so it's fun, and there's a ton of talent, in this division especially. So as a goaltender, it's exciting to challenge yourself against that.
And with the final question is Daniel Wagner.
Braden, the Canucks have given up a lot of shots this season. They gave up 37 shots in this game as well. Have you seen, though, a difference in the quality of shots from the beginning of the season to now? Is the defense doing different things in front of you to change the shot chances, the scoring chances that the other team is getting?
Yeah, I think big time. I mean, shot quantity can be pretty misleading at times. And I think our guys did an awesome job through this 3-game set of making our job simplified. The most difficult thing as a goaltender is when there's options. When the puck carrier has options, multiple options. And I think we've done an outstanding job in this little set of really limiting those so you can focus on one or two things instead of three or four. So it's I think that's been a real positive out of this 3-game set, and it's one of those things that we're really going to have to work to make sure we keep doing that because it'll generate a lot of success.
And we've talked about your puck moving abilities. There was a moment where Brock Besser actually passed the puck back to you, kind of a soccer move, passing it back to the goalie, and you had 2 forecheckers on you, and you passed it right up the middle through them. Does that just show how confident you are in your ability to handle the puck?
Yeah, I love that. I feel like teams don't do it as much as they should. You do it a lot in 3-on-3, but if you have time as a goaltender, you can make a pass like that. So I think it's a benefit. It calms everything down a bit. The other team doesn't really know where to go because they can't really go at you so much. So I think it's when the time and place is right, I think it's a benefit.